All right, before I play this video, I just want to tell you, I was in San Francisco at a national parks museum they have there, close to Ghirardelli Square on Fisherman's Wharf. And there was a lot dedicated to the days of the steamship. And they had a recording of the sounds you would hear on a steamship. But I didn't see any footage per se, like you're about to see. So among other things, this is for the people from the National Parks Museum and any other museum, of course. And this is very special footage. This is from Frederick Worthen Bradley Jr. But at the very beginning, you'll see Frederick Worthen Bradley, who was our country's greatest gold miner of all time. Mount Bradley in Alaska, across from Juneau, is named after him. He set world records for getting the most gold out of a ton of low-grade ore for 5 consecutive decades. And he led a very interesting life. Friends with many people. I just visited Jack London's estate in Sonoma and found out that he was a member of the Bohemian Grove. For all the years that he was there, my great-grandpa was there too. So my great-grandpa was friends with Jack London, in addition to 6 different presidents and shit like that. Anyway, check it out. You'll see him at the very beginning, and this is some of the very little footage we have of him in action, and his beautiful wife, my great-grandma, Gami, who I never met, but who is legendary in our family for being incredibly kind and generous. All right, let's play this film. Tell you what, I'm gonna let it play a little longer. Let me turn that down. It's the weird music that comes with it. Oh. So look at this house. Several presidents stayed there, had dinner there. San Francisco, the Hoover. The President Hoover was the name of the ship, steamship. These are Gami's sisters and FWB's sisters as well, and brothers and sons, and son's wife. My beautiful grandma's here in a second. She's so beautiful. She'd be like 29 years old in this. 28 maybe, somewhere in there. UC Berkeley graduate. There she is, my beautiful grandma. And there my beautiful grandpa on the left there, and my great grandma in between. And that's my brother's brother, Cal football player. Probably had a few concussions. All right. My grandpa's brothers. Wish I knew who all these people are. Cool thing is, these are other people's relatives. Look at the people wishing them goodbye. Now, this is a private cruise. My great-grandpa was such a player. He rented this whole ship out, right? So this is, I guess, leaving San Francisco. Look at that. Looking back at San Francisco. Looking down at a schooner. Look at the fur coats. Money was no object. This is the best of everything. In 1932 or 3, my great-grandpa died in 1933, so 1933, most likely. Probably died right after this. All right, you got a swimming pool on board. Look at that. Pretty cool. This is one of my grandpa's first movies. He'd been taking still photos for years, and we have many Look at the bathing suit. Oh, I love it. Playing, I don't know, what is that, badminton? Volleyball? Look at all the recreation. There we go. What is he playing? Like handball? No idea what game they're playing there. Like volleyball almost. I don't know. Swimming in the swimming pool on the cruise. Swimming some laps. Staying healthy. Mr. and Mrs. DL, Amy McPherson Hutton. There we go. The Huttons. Wonder if they're related to E.F. Hutton. I wouldn't be surprised. There's old Christmas cards from the Rockefellers. And when my grandpa was 5, he wrote his mom a letter from the president's desk in the Oval Office when Woodrow Wilson was in the Oval Office. Again, I have a book that says couldn't have won World War II without the Bradley family and all the raw materials mined for World War II. The majority of all the tungsten and antimony for World War II came from Bradley mines and Bradley operations. And this is the Panama Canal in 1933. Pretty sweet. Before color film. 2 years later, color film would be invented, which is why you'll see that in a couple years. With the money that my relatives once had, you know, the highest technology, the best tech was a camera, you figure, right? Just like the best phone today. Well, back then, if you had money, you wanted the best camera you could get. Movie camera, still camera, so that's part of the reason I assume we're so lucky. These guys. My grandpa and his brothers and their wives. All right, so we're in the Panama Canal, headed towards Jamaica and Cuba. We're gonna see some interesting stuff. Probably gave these guys some perspective when they saw, you know, the poverty of Jamaica. The Panama Canal. No one has this footage. Nobody. So cool. Look at the cars. My grandpa first wielding a camera. Look at that. The locals, I guess, in a river adjacent. The dining room, very nice. And lounge chairs. Gotta love it. Look, it's just my family on this boat and some friends and relatives. Right, nowadays, these kind of guys own their own ships, which is ridiculous and stupid. Just rent one when you need to. Anyway, there's Worthen, my grandpa. The man responsible for these films. And when he's in it, his wife is holding the camera. I'm relatively confident that Noni's holding the camera most of the time when you see him. Or one of his brothers, probably. Oh, the Good Life in 1933. Because of the mining industry, my family did not suffer during the Depression. That's my beautiful grandma. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful she is. My grandpa, his brother, and their 2 wives. I think that's James. There was Jack, James, and Sewell. James was also known as Jim Bradley. All right. My hands are getting sore. Where are we at? 11 minutes already. All right, I'm just going to stop it now, but just have faith. There's a lot more interesting stuff ahead. I'll post that in the future. Thanks for hanging in there with me. It's a nice long video. All right, aloha.